Hello everyone and welcome back to the Ouachita News Show. I'm Haley Shord.
And I'm Emily Pryor. We are about a month into classes and returning students have soaked up all of the new changes on campus this year. But there's one thing at Ouachita that has remained constant: Christian community. Arkadelphia MBSF is a student ministry for the campuses of Henderson State and Ouachita Baptist University. This is an organization that meets on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. to encourage biblical fellowship between students attending the two schools. Rebecca Payton has more on the story.
I'm Rebecca Payton, reporting from the MBSF building, where students enter several times a week to have fellowship with other college students and God. I talked to the director and other students about what MBSF is and what it means to them.
MBSF is just Missionary Baptist Student Fellowship. We were established in 1961, and basically our goal is just to minister to OBU and HSU students. And so we do that here at our building. Again, we're just located across from the Henderson State Fountain.
Every Tuesday and Thursday, MBSF provides students with fellowship opportunities. On Tuesdays, they hold a worship service at 8 p.m. called Surge. On Thursdays, a free lunch is provided by local churches from 12 to 2 p.m. Later that evening, life groups begin at 7. There are plenty of opportunities for connection through games and activities before and after services.
MBSF has given me a place to come and hang out with fellow Christians and a community and people to get to know and also to serve alongside with and to also just have a good time with.
MBSF is not affiliated with Henderson or OBU, but all students are welcome.
MBSF has given me a great opportunity to meet new people, make a lot of new friends, like-minded friends, in a nice Christian environment.
I had the opportunity to ask Director Milton Paredes what his goal for his students are.
Some main goals that we do for students and what we want them to do and to achieve for themselves as they leave here. We want them to be fully equipped, spiritual, mature leaders, so that when they go to their churches, they can get plugged in quickly and start, just being just a person who is fully devoted to Christ, fervent lover of Jesus Christ, and is willing to work in their church.
My favorite memory would have to be when we had karaoke night and there were groups of us doing it together and there were judges and they were going to see who's the best and given a prize for it. Well, me and this other guy, his name was Elijah, decided to do Love is an Open Door from Frozen. I was the guy, he was the girl part. And we rocked the socks off of that song, harmonies and all. But we didn't win, but still, it was great.
I'm Rebecca Payton with Ouachita News.
Thanks for that story, Rebecca. It's so great to see these communities come together to worship the Lord and learn more about Him. Well, on the 14th of this month, members of the Ouachita Student Foundation were able to go on their first OSF retreat in almost 5 years. That retreat took place at Camp Perrin and was organized by Georgia Richards, the president of OSF. The event was put on to give OSF members information about what the upcoming year will look like, as well as provide time to build relationships between the students. The retreat also featured guest speakers and encouraged creativity by challenging students to come up with new projects to incorporate into OSF. Sadie Snow, who served as the weekend's worship leader, says that she loved getting to hang out with all the members and make new friends. What a fun weekend that must have been, and the weather was perfect for our OSF members, hard at work. Which brings us to our weather forecast. Hallie Vaught can tell us what to expect this week.
Thank you, Lucy. Well, let's take a look into the forecast for this upcoming week on campus. Well, if you thought we were getting a glimpse of fall with these cooler temperatures this past week, you would be wrong. As this week goes on, we will see the temperatures stay in the mid to low 90s, and that will be accompanied by a good bit of patchy cloud on Saturday and Sunday. This weekend, we are seeing the change be very minimal, as our lows at night will be sitting in that mid 60s range. Going into next week specifically, we will see some slight changes as the week goes on. The shift will be from those 94 and 93 temperatures down to 88 and 84-ish. A small change, but will make a big difference in how much time you spend outside. Pickleball playoffs are among us, so be sure to stay cool as you are on the courts these next few days. And don't forget to bring a light jacket for those Tiger Tunes practices if they are outside. Well, that is all I have for you today, Tigers. Predictions are provided by AccuWeather. With this week's weather, I'm Hallie Vaught. Back to the desk.
Thanks for that forecast, Hallie. Fall is coming, and we couldn't be more excited here at the studio. Tune season certainly makes it feel more like fall, too. This week, clubs are beginning official practices for Tiger Tunes, and hosts are continuing their rehearsals for the event. The group will be performing at Dr. Jack's this Friday at 12:15 to give us a glimpse into the show, which will most certainly be here before we know it.
That's right, and even if you aren't into tune shows, Student Life will be hosting game nights in the Stew this next week. So stop on by for an extra bit of fun instead of some late night practices. Well, speaking of practices, Ouachita sports are in full swing and athletes are in competition mode. There's already been several sporting events so far, and there's a lot more coming. Lucy Barrera has your Roar Rundown. Lucy?
Thank you, Emily. To begin this week's Roar Rundown, Tiger defeated Northwestern Oklahoma State University 56-2 in a home game on Thursday. Carter McElhaney became the first Tiger to have a 100-year kickoff return in the GAC. Mikey Gonzalez was named the GAC Defensive Player of the Week and contributed 6 crucial tackles, including 3 for a loss and 2 sacks. On offense, Eli Livingston finished the game 9 for 17 for 171 yards with 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. The Tigers will be going to Magnolia on Saturday, September 21st to play the Southern Arkansas Mule Riders. Ouachita women's swimming and diving kicked off their season with a second-place finish at the 2024 All-Arkansas Invite. Ouachita had many top 5 finishers in both individual and relay events, including having the top-scoring Division II athlete in multiple events. These athletes included Britta Andrus, Abigail Connard, Anna Phelps, and others. The Tiger Sharks will be back in the water on September 28th at the 2024 Sam Freeze International at Oklahoma Christian University. Ouachita's men's swimming and diving also made a strong start to their first meet of the season with an impressive win at the All-Arkansas Invite Saturday. The Tiger Sharks racked up 631.5 points, outscoring the second-place Henderson Reddies by 25 points. The men's swim and dive team will be on the road to compete at the 2024 Sam Freeze International. Ouachita women's soccer team had a 3-2 win over the Christian Brothers on Saturday, September 14th. Our very own Hattie Gardner was selected as the GAC Women's Soccer Offensive Player of the Week. The sophomore impressed everyone in a multi-goal game last Saturday, the first in her career. Tegan Jossie's 2 assists to Gardner helped lead the Tigers to victory. Last Thursday, the Tigers lost a hard-fought battle to Rogers State with a 2-1 game. The Tigers are on the road this week with a game at UT Tyler. Ouachita's men's soccer hit the road last week, taking on Lyon College in Batesville. Despite best efforts on both teams, the game ended in a 1-1 draw. On Sunday, the team traveled to Shreveport to face the men at Century College. The Gents came up with a 3-1 win over the Tigers. The next game is at home on September 18th to host Austin College. Kickoff is set for 4 p.m. The Ouachita women's volleyball team dominated the 2024 Union University Classic in Tennessee last weekend. Friday evening, the Tigers swept the Catawba College Indians 3-0. On Saturday, wins over the Edward Waters University and Union University gave OBU their 4th and 5th consecutive wins. After trailing Edward Waters 6-0 in the first set, the OBU team quickly found its stride and dominated the 3, racking up 41 kills on a .40 hitting percentage, the Tigers' highest since 2018. The Tigers lost their winning streak after a tough GAC opener against the Southern Arkansas University on Tuesday. The Tigers will look to get back on track next weekend at the 2024 Southwest Baptist Volleyball Classic. To know more about the upcoming games and all things sports, check out the Ouachita Digital Sports Network or head on over to obutigers.com. Thanks for watching the Roar Rundown. I'm Lucy Barrera, and back to the studio.
Thank you, Lucy. All of these events happening on campus right now make up what is known as Ouachita's busiest season. Our team here at the Ouachita News Show is wishing you all the best of luck in all that you do.
We sure do. We know that busy can be so stressful. We thought you all might need some recommendations for ways to de-stress. We asked you what your favorite way to recharge is after a busy day, and we're sharing some of your responses.
Emma Mays said she likes to listen to music.
Caroline Worthen said taking a nap.
Riley Russ said a bath and a good Dr. Pepper.
And Claire Hart said some peace and quiet is nice.
And our very own Hallie Vaught said she likes to play Dress to Impress. Haley, what's your favorite way to de-stress?
I don't know. I do love a good Dr. Pepper, but I also love to take a good swim. I'm not a great swimmer, but just swimming in general is quite fun. What about you?
Yes, I love me a good Dr. Pepper as well, and maybe just a little sweet treat to go
I'm
with
telling
it.
you, a sweet treat fixes anything.
It does. It does.
Sweet treat.
Well, that's all we have for you today. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Washita News Show and to answer each question of the week. You just might see your responses pop up on the show.
And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Washita News Show, so you never miss out on the latest and greatest Washita news. We'll see you next week.